going, guys? Oh, today is a good day. Today is going to be a little bit of a workout. In fact, we're going to have to work really hard on this one, but we're going to enjoy it a lot. A really large amount. And why? Because let me just show you something a little bit cheeky. It's going to demonstrate what we're doing today. Are you looking? Are you looking? Oh, shit now. Yeah, baby. That is the coolest thing in-game, and that is what we're going to be playing with today. It's the Demonology Warlock. How cool is that? That is seriously the most badass thing in the game. Avenging Wrath Pallies, whatever, mate. I turn into a demon. That's right, baby. I am all about the power-ups today. Ooh, feel it in your bones. So, Demonology Warlock Day. And as I say, it's a bit of a sweat. It's a bit of a workout, this one, guys. You have to do a little bit of training before you get to master this spec. It's a little bit like got a run uphill. A little bit of a run uphill, but once you get there, oh, it's so satisfying. So satisfying. You want it. You want it deep. Yes. Okay, we're going to use the usual. We're going to look at the spec. We're going to look at your reforging. We're going to look at your glyphs, and generally we're going to have a really good time because when I run this bad boy through heroic, oh, it's going to be so cool. Can't wait. Okay, so usual story. What are we looking at on our Demonology Warlock? What are our stats? What are our priorities? We've just hit level 85, as you can see. Gear level, this is Preach with a 1-key E. If you don't know how to do that in the armory, it's Alt-GR on the right-hand side of your keyboard, and the E. That will give you that lovely E. Alternatively, just click the link in the comments below. Item level 332. What does that mean for us? That means basically this guy can barely get through the door of a heroic. Can barely get through the door. This is exactly what your guys are going to look like as soon as you hit level 85. Okay? He can barely get through the door. The level to get through there is 329. So our lovely Preach here, the Astral Walker, although he has a world top 10 kill under his belt of our infamous Yogg-Saron Zero. In Cataclysm as it stands, he can barely get through the damn door. Okay, so you're not going to see, you're going to be thinking to yourself, well, maybe my DPS is going to suck and then the guys are going to kick me. No way, man. If you follow my guy, you're going to be rocking that shit up. So, what stats we look for? First of all, spell hit. We want to be hitting that 17% chance to hit. As you can see, we just cannot do it. You cannot do it in early gear, guys. You can't do it. Stop stressing over it. Jeez. But what you can do is get as close as you possibly can. As you can see, I'm on 10.78% chance to hit. That's okay. That's fine. No problem with that at all. That's as much as we can get. And what do we do? Does that mean Preacher we should be gemming for hit? Absolutely not. You never gem for hit. Hit is just something that will come in time, guys. Just let it happen on its own. Let it happen naturally. So we reforge towards hit, but what do we reforge away from? What are our stat prios? Well, it goes like this, way at the bottom. If you've got this on your gear, you need to reforge that shit out. It's crit. Crit is way down at the bottom. Bye-bye, crit. Bye-bye. We don't want you anymore. We don't want crit. You don't want it, guys. We want to reforge crit immediately. Next up on the worst is haste. Haste is down there near crit, but not too bad. Haste is always good for a caster. Reduces our global cooldown, increases our dot ticks, and so on and so forth. Pretty good. But our main stat is Mastery, ladies and gentlemen. Mastery. We need Mastery coming out of our ass. What does that Mastery do, Preacher? Increases damage done by your demon servants. And the damage you do while transformed into a demon by 26%. And each point in casting increases the damage by another 2%. So this makes our transforming into a demon seriously cool. Because every time we do what we did in the beginning of the video, we're going to be doing some serious damage. And we like that. What did you say, Preacher? You didn't see it? You didn't see it? Oh, there it is again. Yeah, baby, look at that. Oh, inspect me now, bitch. Don't think so. So, that's what our mastery is all about. And plus it buffs our demons. So, we want to be reforging. As we can see here, we've got some Charbinder grips. 35G on the AH. They have crit and mastery on them. We need hit. Crit, bye-bye. We leave that mastery alone and we get some hits. Moving down the tree, crit and mastery again. So, bye-bye crit. Let's get that hit up. Moving down again, crit and mastery. There seems to be a running theme on the gear this guy currently has. Crit and mastery, bye-bye crit, hello hit. We've got some boots. Hits and mastery, leave them alone. Hit and mastery is all gravy, baby. We want that hit and mastery, okay? So hit and mastery items, we go, yeah, holla. Got you? Good stuff. So, moving down the line, all the same story. Hit and haste, bye-bye haste, hello mastery. Just doing these little reforges is going to cost you, what, 100G? If you haven't got 100G by the time you hit level 85, you've done something seriously wrong, my friend. Something seriously wrong. Okay, so those are our stat prios. Aiming for as much hit as possible, getting up to that 17%. Where are you? Ooh, there you are. And other than that, buff your mastery as much as you can. Sacrifice some haste if you have to. No problem at all. But if you've got crit, bye-bye crit. Let's look at our glyphage. Glyphage. Glyph of Immolate. Got to get your Immolate up. Immolate is going to be awesome. We'll talk about that in the talents. Glyph of Metamorphosis, because being in a demon, buff with all that mastery is just cool. An extra 6 seconds is another 3 or so spells. Yeah. And Glyph of Corruption, so we can get Shadow Trance. You might be thinking, Glyph of Corruption doesn't sound great. It becomes pretty damn good, trust me. Okay, the rest of your glyphs aren't that important. I would recommend Glyph of Shadow Bolt, reduce the mana cost, but you're not going to have run into too many mana issues as a demo lock. But it's there just to make sure you have those mana issues even less. Glyph of Soul Link if you want. I haven't even bought it on this Warlock. It's just unnecessary if you play like a total baller, and we play like a baller every day. If you're raiding, get Glyph of Soul Link. You're going to be happy with it. So, what is our spec preacher? What are we talking about in the demo tree? Let's go deep. So obviously we're in the Demonology tree, which grants us the ability to summon the Felguard. Now you might be thinking to yourself, that Felguard looks supremely cool. And yes, he does. Our guy, Skriknax, definitely looks badass. But if we're doing single target DPS, we're not going to be using him. Oh, sad face. No, we're going to be using our Felguard, our Fel Hunter instead. But don't worry about it, because your Felguard is still pretty damn good. So, going back into our tree. We pick 1 point out of Fel Synergy. You have 50% chance to heal your pet for 15% of the amount of spell damage done by you. So when we're DPSing, we're going to heal him up. 50% chance is more than enough than you need, guys. You don't need more than that. Once you've got that 1 point, happy days. Your pet's going to be absolutely fine. He has a standard reduction to AoE damage anyway, so unless something's attacking him, it doesn't really matter. Dark Arts. Reduce the cast time of your imp? What? I'm a demo lock. Whatever. The damage of your Felguard's Legion Strike is buffed by 15%, yum yum, and increase the damage done by your Fel Hunter's Shadow Bite by 15%. Your Fel Hunter's Shadow Bite, by the time we are finished going through this tree, is going to hit like a truck. It is seriously cool. We really, really enjoy it. So, going down further. And we pick up the stamina talents. And why do we pick up 10% extra stamina? Well, demo locks are really sturdy, but other than that, it's a case of there aren't many more talents that we want to pick up, so that is a good talent to get us down the tree. Demonic Rebirth. If your summoned demon dies, you gain the Demonic Rebirth effect, reducing the cast time of your next summoned demon spell by 100% for 10 seconds. Great, so if he does die, you can just instantly repop him. Happy days. What are we noticing so far, guys? We've spent, what have we spent here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 talents so far, and we haven't had any real DPS increases except to our pet. That might make you think, if you're like leveling and you've never played demo before, you might be thinking, well, it doesn't sound as cool as, you know, all the talents I've got in here. Increase spell damage by Immolate and so on, and Corruption. So, yeah, but it's going to get better. Mana Feed, your summoned demon critically hits with its base attack. You instantly gain 4% total mana, again reducing the chance of any sort of mana issues, because your pet is going to be critting like a total boss later on. It's really going to be good. Demonic Aegis buffs the spell power we get from our Fel Armour. Nice, nice. Still nothing really outstanding. What's going on here? Preacher, Master Summoner. Reduce the cast time of your Imp, Voidwalker, Succubus, Fel Hunter, and Felguard summoning spells by 1 second and the mana cost by 100%. So, we get a reduced cast time and it's free. Again, we've gone all the way till the 3rd tier now without picking up any major DPS increases. But we are getting this running theme that our demon is very, very important. And if you don't like pet classes, Demo Warlock is not going to be your friend, because as you can see, all the talent invested there is going to be looking after your pet and making sure your pet does a lot of damage. Impending Doom, here we go. Also grants you a Shadow Bolt, Hand of Cooldown, and Incinerate spells a 15% chance to reduce the cooldown of your demon form by 15 seconds. Yum, 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 yum. What does that also tell us? That we have a lot of filler spells, guys. We do have a lot of filler spells. And filler spells are those things that we cast when our dots are up and we're just DPSing naturally. We now have Shadow Bolt and Incinerate, the first spec that's incorporated both of those. So we now have 2 filler spells, which means your key binding is going to be a little bit iffy, because generally we put 1 key binding towards our filler spell. Demo locks have 2. Need to be aware of that. You might be thinking, I'm going to talk about this, Demonic Empowerment. Preach, we just spent all these points buffing our pet and we're not going to take a talent called Demonic Empowerment. Doesn't that make our pets totally badass? No, it doesn't. What were you going to be using? We're using the Fel Hunter and the Felguard. Let's look exactly what our Demonic Empowerment does. For our Fel Hunter, it dispels all the magical effects from the Fel Hunter. Well, that doesn't sound very useful for PvE. And you're right, it's not. Felguard instantly removes all stun, snare, fear, banish, or horror and movement impairing effects from your Felguard and makes the Felguard immune for 15 seconds. Well, that doesn't sound very PvE-ish, it sounds very PvP-ish. And you're right again, people, you are absolutely right. So we do not need Demonic Empowerment. As cool as it sounds, we just don't need it. Improved Health Funnel. If we're health funneling in PvE, something's gone a little bit iffy. Moving down, Molten Core. Okay, here's our first extra DPS talent. Now in 4th tier, not seen much yet. Increase the chance for your Bane of Doom to summon a demon by 30% when it deals damage. Okay. Oh, I'm reading the wrong one. There we go. Damn you, mouse. Molten Core. You have a 6% chance when you gain the Molten Core effect when your Immolate deals damage. What's the Molten Core effect, you might wonder? The Molten Core effect empowers your next 3 Incinerate spells. Cast within 15 seconds, increase the damage done by 18% and the cast time by 30%. So when this procs, guys, we're going to get a big, fiery, awesome aura here. And that means you've got to cast 3 Incinerates. That's all that means. If you see that big effect, don't panic because it's absolutely huge. It just means you've got to fire off 3 Incinerates and you're going to get a reduced cast time and a big buff to their damage. Good stuff. Then we get our new spell, do Hand of Gul'dan. Hand of Gul'dan is awesome. Let me demonstrate the Hand of Gul'dan for you. Oh, preacher! Look at this shit. Whoa, meteors falling from the sky. Totally cool. Hand of Gul'dan. Summons a falling meteor down upon the enemy target, dealing nearly 10,000 Shadow Flame damage and erupts an aura of magic within 4 yards. Here's the important bit. Causing all targets within it to have a 10% increased chance to be critically hit by any Warlock demons. That's cool, right? Yeah, 10% crit chance for all your demons, so you're going to want to be keeping that bad boy on cooldown. Awesome. Your demons have already been buffed by all these other talents to do tons of damage. Your mastery is buffing all the demon damage. You want to have Hand of Gul'dan down on cooldown, guys. So that is our spam ability. We're going to be watching Hand of Gul'dan. As soon as it's off cooldown, we're firing that bad boy off. Ancient Grimoire. Increase the duration of your Infernal and Doomguard summons by 20 seconds. That is huge. That is enormous, because especially considering the damage that our Doomguard and Infernal do. Oh, mama. Mama, mama, mama. We want that, baby. Ancient Grimoire is an awesome talent. Inferno. Now we're getting some... Demonology Warlock's got such cool talent names. Awesome. Enables you to channel Hellfire while moving and increase the duration of your Immolate by 6 seconds. So 2 awesome things there. 1, if we're going to do mass AoE, we are no longer using Rain of Fire or Seed of Corruption. Go ahead and drop them from your bars. Don't need them. We are now Hellfiring like a boss because we can run in Hellfire. Oh, shizzle. Look how cool that is. Yeah, baby. And also increases our Immolate. So now we're starting to see a tendency towards fire spells. We've had this buff to Incinerate. We've also now seen we're increasing our Immolate. We've then got into Decimation. Oh, so cool. When your Shadow Bolt, Incinerate or Soulfire a target that is at or below 25% health, the cast time of your Soulfire spell is reduced by 40% for 10 seconds. What does that mean? That means Soulfire is now our execute spell. Forget your Shadow Bolt, forget your Incinerate. It's now all about the Soulfire, okay? Soulfire is going to be really spammable and it hurts like hell, Soulfire. Oh yeah, we like our Soulfire. So we now got this execute talent, which means another 3rd filler spell. So whatever you had your Soulfire on previously for sort of like Affliction and Destruction, both use Soulfire importantly. So you need to make sure that that key binding stays and you keep your Soulfire on your bars because you're going to be using it, guys. Cremation. Oh yeah, my mouse is like flicking up, so annoying. Hang on. There we go. Cremation. Increase the damage done by a Hellfire by 30%. That's why it's your main AoE go-to spell. And your Hand of Gul'dan has a 100% chance to refresh the duration of your Immolate on the target. Baller. Totally baller. We're going to be keeping our Hand on Gul'dan on cooldown anyway, as we've already said, and now it's going to be refresh Immolate, which is just absolutely tremendous. We are happy, happy bunnies. Alright, guys. Demonic Pact increases spell damage done by 2%. Good. And your Summoned Demon grants the Demonic Pact effect to all nearby friendly party and raid members. Increases spell power by 10%. Fuck you, Ellie Shamies. Fuck you, buddy. It's all about the fucking demo warlocks. 10% spell power, gravy. Absolutely gravy. And finally, at the end, the talent of the day. The one, the boss, the only, the Metamorphosis turns you into a demon for 36 seconds. Check out what demon form does. It's so good. This form increases your armor by 600%. Damage by 46%. Reduce the chance of you'll be critically hit by melee attacks by 6% and reduce the duration of stun and snare effects by 50%. You gain some unique demon abilities in addition to your own abilities, so we actually get more spells. What are those spells? They're really cool. We get Immolation Aura. This is going to just be burning everything around us. And what else do we get? Demon Leap. Oh yeah, Demon Leap actually does a ton of damage, guys. So you want to be setting yourself up. It fires you directly in front of you. So what you need to be doing is line yourself up real nice, like you're bowling or something. Line that bad boy up, fire off your demon form and Demon Leap into the pack. Don't be afraid of anything like that. You need to get in there and beat the boss. Absolutely. So then we move on to the Destruction tree, guys. That's our demo tree dealt with. Moving to Destruction, we can pick up the usual stuff that's pretty standard, okay? We can pick up Bane, reduce the cast time of your Shadow Bolt, and immolate spells by half a second. Good stuff. Shadow and Flame, increase the damage done by your Shadow Bolt and incinerate spells by 12%. And your Shadow Bolt as an incinerate have a 100% chance to cause the Shadow and Flame effect. Groovy, that's an extra 5% crit. Look at all the buffs we're bringing. Oh, go Demolock. Go team. Go team. Improved Immolate, increase the damage done by your Immolate spell by 20%. Ooh, and then we go finally into Ember Storm. reduce the cast time of your Soulfire by another second, so when we're in execute we're getting faster Soulfires, and you incinerate by another quarter of a second, and then you add that into Molten Core, we're firing off some seriously fast incinerates, guys. This is why haste is sort of neglected, and we're not worried about too much about crit because our pet's going to be doing the crit. Okay, you feel where I'm coming from? You feel me? So what are our spells to cast per each? Well, I'll give you a quick overview here. Your curses, your banes, should I say, are a little bit garbage. Little bit garbage. You're definitely not going to be using Bane of Agony as a demo lock. Forget Bane of Agony. Go ahead and get rid of it. We're going to be keeping Bane of Doom up. Our Corruption's going to be up because we've glyphed it, and you missed because I've got no spell here. Woohoo! Immolate is key. Immolate is going to be doing so much damage, guys. And then our Hand of Cooldown on cooldown. Watch Immolate's timer. Refresh. Now there is a delay on it, so you need to be aware of that. There's our Molten Core effect, and that's when we're going to be firing off Incinerates. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, look how fast they are. 1.4 second Incinerates. Yum, yum, yum. Absolutely love it. And then in between all of that jazz, while you're keeping those up, we're going to be using Shadow Bolt. Okay, a couple of macros I'm going to recommend for you. There's that Corruption tick, giving us the free Shadow Bolts. Loads of good stuff. A couple of macros I want to talk to you about that I think are quite groovy. I use two. One is a cast Hellfire and cancel Aura Hellfire, because Hellfire does do damage to you, and you don't want to be doing other things while you're casting Hellfire, so I've put that in a macro. It casts Hellfire, and if I press it again, it cancels Hellfire. I'll put these in the comments below, don't worry. But you see, I'm casting Hellfire, and I want that to stop. I just press it again. Stops straight away. The other one is the Meta Macro. Look at all this good jazz it does. It casts Metamorphosis straight away. It also casts my Demon Soul, and it casts Immolation Aura. So I get all the good stuff that I get from Demo straight away. So you need to be a little bit careful if you don't want to use Immolation Aura, but why are you not going to use Immolation Aura while you're in Demon form? Get with the program, tanks. You better tank it. That's right. And what does our Demon Soul do? Well, let's refresh our brains. Where are you, Demon Soul? Where are you? I know you're around it. There we go. Demon Soul. You and your summoned demon fuse souls. Synergy. Granting the Warlock a temporary power depending on the demon currently enslaved. So, we've got our Fell Hunter. Our periodic shadow damage is increased by 20%. Corruption, baby. And our Bane of Doom. Ooh, yeah. That's why we use it for single target. And our Felguard spell haste increased by 15%, and fire and shadow damage done increased by 10%. So when we fire that off, our Immolation Aura is buffed, our Hellfire is buffed, our Immolates are buffed. So what do we do when we're AoEing Preacher? I hear you asking. Loads of stuff, guys. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Basically, you're going to keep Immolate up on everything. You're going to spread your Immolates. You're going to want to get your pet in there. Go, buddy! Woohoo! Yeah, charge! And remember, your Felguard has got the old battle spin. Where is it? Oh, what a brown nose. Is it because I macroed it? I think I did. Yeah, Fellstorm, I did. I macroed it in. Oh, go away, Demonic Empowerment. Loser. Let's bring that in it. Make sure you're using your Fellstorm. Yeah, Bladestorm, bro. And then you're going to be sort of demon farming and immolating. You're going to keep your immolate running all the time. I'm casting in the macro button. Go away. Immolating. You got to keep your Hand of Cooldown, so when you Fellstorming, it's keeping all that good jazz on cooldown. You're going to be Metamorphing. Oh, Immolation Aura, and then you're going to be Demon Farming in. All good. See, 15k damage there from Demon Farm. And then if you're going to be a total boss, you're just going to go ahead and Hellfire everything. Woohoo! But in general, if you've got 3 targets, you're not going to be doing that kind of jazz. You're going to be immolating and then filling in and using your pet on cooldown. But all good stuff, guys. So I'm going to run to the heroic now and demonstrate all this good jazz for you. Alright? Take it squeezy.